Hi all, welcome to another video session. So I'm starting off with a new video lecture series on PL-300, and the purpose of this lecture series would be to will be to cover all the lab sessions of PL-300. So through these lab sessions we will learn a lot of things about PL-300, about Power BI desktop and services. There will be a lot of exercise and instructions that will be given to us in these particular lab sessions that we will have to finish off. So let us just look at this, okay? And the lab sessions, you will find it in the documentation. You can just see this is our first lab that talks about preparing the data in Power BI desktop. We click on the start lab and it opens this particular window for us. Okay. So let us just look at the lab instructions. Okay. So it is saying that this lab is designed to introduce you to Power BI desktop application and how to connect to data and how to use data preview techniques to understand the characteristics. Okay. So with this we will be learning about how to open the Power BI desktop, how to connect to different data sources, how to preview source data with Power Query, use data profiling features in Power Query. And to get started we need to open the web browser. So let us just open the web browser. Okay. And let us copy this. So what this will do, okay, if I hit on enter, it will download me this zip file. Okay. I will click on cross, I will go to the downloads, and I will extract this particular file. Okay. So inside this we need to open the 01 starter sales analysis.ppix file. So let's open this. Okay, so this is opened for us. So this is opened for us, and yes, this is the maximum width. Okay, and here what we have to do, this starter file has been specially configured to help you to complete this particular lab. Okay, let me just reduce this. The following report level settings have been disabled. So data load, import relationships from data sources on first load. Data load, auto detect new relationships after data is loaded. So let us get data from SQL Server. So this task teaches you how to connect to SQL Server database and import tables which create queries in Power Query. Okay. So in the home tab we have this data group and we can select SQL Server from here, or we can go to get data and we can select SQL Server from here as well. Both is fine. So in the server over here we can enter localhost. Localhost is our server. Okay, and we can leave the database as blank. Okay. So it is saying in this lab you will connect to the SQL Server database by using localhost because gateway data sources can't resolve localhost. Okay, so this isn't a recommended practice when creating your own solution. So obviously generally we specify the database. Okay, whenever we have a server, okay, generally we specify the database, and we click on the import. This will create a copy of our views and of our tables. Okay, so it won't affect anything in our original SQL query, in our SQL database, but direct query, it will connect our database to our Power Query instead of creating a copy. Okay, so that's the basic difference. We'll see over here. So this isn't a recommended practice when creating your own solutions. If prompted for credentials, select Windows, use my current credential and then connect. Okay. Select OK if you have warning. Okay, so let's click on OK. Now in the localhost we have this. Okay, and in the navigator pane, expand the adventure work DW 2020 database. So this one. Okay, let us is based the adventure work DW 2020 database based on the adventure work DW 2017 sample database. It has been modified to support the learning objective of this course lab. Select the dim employee table and notice the preview of the table data. So the dim employee is here. Okay, so let us select this particular table. Okay, and this is the preview of this particular data set. Okay, it is not a pretty big data set, as you can see. Okay, this is it is saying that the data in preview has been truncated due to size limit. Okay, so we are only seeing a section of this data. Okay, not the entire data can be seen. Okay, so we can just go down. The preview data allows you to see the columns and a sample of rows. To import the table data, select the checkbox next to the following table. Okay, that is the dim employee and employee derivative and all that. To import there, select the checkbox next to the following table. So which is this. Then we have the dim product. We have dim reseller and dim sales territory and fact reseller sales. Fact reseller sales. Okay, and we need to complete this task by selecting transform data. Okay, so let us click on transform data, and what this will do, this will open the Power Query editor. Okay, we can complete all the steps using the Power Query editor. Okay, so let us shrink and let us so now what we can do, we are now connected to the connected to 6 tables from the SQL server. So we have 6 tables, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, okay, and now we have to complete this particular task. This task in preview data in Power Query editor. This task introduces the Power Query editor and allows you to review and profile the data. This helps you to determine how to clean and transform the data later. You will also review both dimension tables prefixed with dim and fact tables prefixed with fact. Okay. In the Power Query editor window at the left, notice the queries pane. The queries pane contains one query for each table you checked. Okay. Select the first query, that is dim employee. So we are already in dim employee. Now we are in fact reseller. Okay, so let's select the dim employee. Okay, the dim employee table in the SQL Server database stores one row for each employee. A subset of the rows from this table represents the sales people, which will be relevant to the model you develop. Okay, at the bottom left corner of the status bar, some table statistics are provided. The table has 33 columns and 296 rows. That is, it's talking about this one. In the pane, in the data preview pane, scroll horizontally to review all the columns. Notice that the last five columns contain table or value links. Okay, so if I scroll to the last 5 columns over here, it contains table values. Yes, it does. Table and value links. Okay, from here, dim account to factory seller sales. That is true. Okay, so this is saying these 5 columns represent relationships to other tables in the database. They can be used to join tables together. You will join tables in the load transform data in Power BI desktop lab. Okay, so these are like somewhat similar to the foreign keys. Okay, which in SQL we are aware, right, when we do joins So we join on the basis of foreign keys. So this is similar to that. To access the quality, the column quality on the view ribbon tab from inside the data preview group, check column quality. Okay. So this is the to access the column quality on the view ribbon tab. So this is the view ribbon tab from inside the data preview group. Okay, this is the data preview. Check the column quality. Okay, let's check the column quality. So we will get an overall description of what all values in this particular column, whether it is valid, error, or it is empty. Valid means those which are correct. Error means if there is any error in this particular column value. Like for example, if there is any value which is based on division by 0, right? If the denominator has become 0, in that case it can show error. Something like that, right? And empty means null values or blank values. So we see this particular statistics here. Okay, so assess the column distribution on the view ribbon tab from check column distribution. So let's click on column distribution and it will talk. It will show us like how many distinct values are there, how many like 48 distinct 4 unique values are out there, right? So review the position column again. Review the position column. Okay, so the position column. Let us go to this. Where is the position column? Let's just go at it one by one. Yeah, this is the position column. So and notice that there are 4 distinct values and 1 unique value. Okay, there are 4 distinct values and 1 unique values. Review the column distribution for the employee key column. There are 296 distinct values and 296 unique values. That is true because that's our first column. It contains all the distinct values. 296 distinct, 296 unique values. That is true. Let us go down. When the distinct and unique counts are the same, it means that the column contains unique values. When modeling, it's important that some model tables have unique columns. These unique columns can be used to create one-to-many relationships, which you will do in the model data in Power BI desktop lab, in the future lab that is. In the queries pane, select the dim product query. Okay, let us select this, the dim product. Okay. The dim product table contains one row per product sold by the company. Okay, so this is the product key and every product has a unique product key. So that's what it is saying, that we have one row for per product sold by the company. In the queries pane, select the dim reseller. Okay, the dim reseller table contains one row per reseller. So similarly we have the reseller key. Okay, who are selling, who are distributing, something like that, and or value add to the adventure work products. Okay, to view column values on the view ribbon tab from inside the data preview group, check the column profile. Okay, so let's check on the column profile. Once we check on the column profile, okay, the data quality issue that they notice the data quality issue, there are 2 labels for warehouse. One is warehouse and the misspelled warehouse. Okay. Okay, this is for select the business type column. Okay, so how we are going to select here. Yeah. So let us go. We need to select the business type column. Okay. Yeah. So once once we select the business type column, it is saying that we have two values. Yes, we have warehouse and we have warehouse over here. Okay. So hover the cursor over the warehouse bar and notice that there are 5 rows with this value. Yes, that is true. In the queries pane, select the dim sales territory query. Okay, so basically the importance of this column profile is that we can, in details, we can see the unique values that that column possesses. Okay, and we can definitely check from this that if there is any kind of erroneous data present or there's some kind of incorrect information which is present or not. So you can just see warehouse and warehouse over here, right? So we can immediately tell that okay, we need to change this where your warehouse to this particular warehouse, right? So like this we can check the values using this value distribution from using column profile. Now it is saying that in the queries pane, select the dim sales territory query. So this is the dim sales territory, and the dim sales territory table contains one row per sales region, including corporate HQ, headquarter. Regions are assigned to a country and countries are assigned to groups. In the model data in Power BI desktop lab, you will create a hierarchy to support analysis at region, country or group level. That is true. So and also in this particular lab, right, you whenever we are creating any kind of hierarchy, we will see that okay, we can definitely the properties pane, we can definitely check like assign the data type of the country to country or region column, something like that, so that Power BI can identify this as country column, right? So in that way it works really well. Power BI works very accurately in that case. Okay, so we will all check that in that particular lab. Okay. So in the queries pane, select the fact reseller table. Let's select this. Okay, and the fact reseller table contains one row per sale order line. Okay, review the column quality for the total product cost column and notice that 8% of the rows are empty. Okay, so let us just go to the total product cost. Total product, yes, this is the total product cost. Let's select on this one. Okay, and if you can just see that in this total product cost, right, yes, it is saying that notice that 8% of the rows are empty. So if I click on this, I guess here only I can see this. Yeah, so here I can see that 8% of the rows they are empty. That is true. So missing total product cost column value is a data quality issue. Okay, so get data from a CSV file. In this task you will create a new query based on CSV file. To add a new query in the Power Query Editor window on the Home ribbon tab, from inside the new query group, select the new source down and then select text.csv. So what it is saying, we have to go to this new source, okay, and we can just select text and CSV, and then we can navigate to the 01 prepare data reseller sales target CSV file. Okay, yeah, this is the one. In the reseller target, review the preview data and select OK. In the queries pane, notice the addition of the reseller sales target query. The reseller sales target CSV file contains one row per salesperson per year. Each row records 12 monthly sales target expressed in thousands. The business year for the adventure work company commences on July 1st. Okay. So you see, generally we'll see that we can create a particular date table, okay, which is going to be a calculated table, okay, and we can use a function, DAX function, which is known as calculated auto, calendar auto, not calculated auto, calendar auto, and inside that variable we can pass on the value of the last month, that till that month we need to get all the dates till that particular month, all the dates, okay. So by default that would be 12, but here, since if you can just see that it commences on July 1st, so we can pass the value as 6th for June, because July 1st, that means the if it starts on July 1st, then obviously it will end at 30th of June, right? So that would be 6th, because June is the 6th month, so that will be 6th. That we are going to see in the later sessions, okay. Notice that no column contains empty values, okay. When there isn't a monthly sales target, a hyphen character is stored instead. Okay, so this one, monthly sales target, it's talking about these values. Notice that no column contains, when there isn't a monthly sales target, a hyphen character is stored instead. Okay. Okay, that would be something. Fine. Review the icons in each column headers to the left of the column names. The icons represent the column data type. 1, 2, 3 is whole number, ABC is text. Okay, so this one. We go ahead if we check this. Right. We go to the transform tab. Okay. And the icons represent the column data type. This one, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 ABC, that is true. Okay, and repeat the steps to create a query based on color formats.csv file. Okay, so we go to the home, we click on the new source, we click on text.csv, and we click on the color formats.csv tab. Okay, we click on OK. Now we have this also added in our data set, in our semantic model. Okay, and this particular column is there, column 1, column 2, right? And the color format CSV file contains one row per product color. Each row records the hex codes to format background. Yeah, so these are the color format which is present in hex code. So that's it. Okay, so we have successfully loaded two additional table into our semantic model. We have checked how we can use the column profiler and everything, right? And we can simply go ahead and check how many values are empty, how many values are giving error, or how many of them are valid, what all are the unique or the distinct values, right? We can also check what kind of issues we can have in the value itself, like the warehouse and where/house, right? So we can get all these insights from this particular tables. Okay, so let us end this lab session here. Okay, and in the lab lab we are going to see how we are going to load this particular data. How we are going to see it in the next lab. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell icon for notifications. Thank you.